whatever the constant we are taking in double quote, that is called as a string constant. At the end of string constant, definitely place 0 is there. So here what happens, up to end of the string, it will take as a string constant up to end of the string. Each and every character it will consider. So percentile and D, two characters, and that is proper format specifier. So according to that it will work. Try to understand here. Now next question, question number 2. So here in this question number 2, what is x variable value? X variable value is 10. Remains same, no any changes. If you are able to remember that rules properly, so in size of operator, if we are trying to do any of the operation, that operation not going to perform. So here in this size of operator, if we are doing plus x, that is not going to perform. So that's why x is equal to 10 remains same as it is. Now size of plus x means normally we can say it becomes integer, right? X is an integer and it remains same integer only, and size of integer is a 4 byte, so y is equal to 4. In y variable it is going to assign size as a 4. So that's why here answer is 10 and 4. Question number 3. In this question number 3, it generates error. Why error? Can anyone tell me? What is reason behind error in question number 3? Can you answer? Anyone, if you are able to think. Now you will not get any other result or anything else. Just if you are able to see it properly. And why error? Semicolon, wrong, wrong. So correct. Some of the student has given answer ++3, increment and kind of thing. That is correct. What semicolon? Semicolon not a reason. Here nothing semicolon kind of reason and nothing at that. On constant we are applying pre-increment, post-increment, any kind of increment, decrement. So that is going to be modified, right? And it's not possible. So here it generates L value required compile time error. That is the reason. I hope you are able to see this ++3. It's invalid. So I hope you are getting this. Now question number 4. Which of the following is the correct usage of conditional operator used in C? So how to use conditional operator, that you need to know. So here first of all, just try to observe it. First statement, A greater than B. Question mark, C is equal to 30 and C is equal to 40. So I hope you know that this is wrong way. Here L value required error going to generate. Then after this second statement you can see. So here colon is missing. So that is totally wrong. Third one is a correct. That also I will explain. First you can see fourth one. So here in this fourth one, what is wrong? Can you tell me? In fourth statement, what is wrong? In fourth statement, what is wrong? Is anyone able to answer? Here we can say this is not possible. No, not a semicolon. Here also not a semicolon. Don't see about semicolon and kind of thing. Actually, semicolon is whatever missing, fine. This bracket is not correct. This second bracket is not grouping. Second grouping is not correct. See, are you able to observe it? It's a colon, means this is second operand and this is third operand. For two different operand, no need to make like this way grouping. So that is wrong. Now just see this option C. That is totally correct. It's absolutely correct. And that is correct way to write or to use conditional operator, or we can say ternary operator. In that option number C or option number 3, in that nothing is wrong. So that is correct way. So I hope you are able to observe it properly. Question number 5. In switch case statement, label must be declared in ascending order. Ascending order means I hope you are able to understand, right? So it's not mandatory to use it in ascending or descending order or any order. Randomly you can write it. If suppose first you are writing case 1, means next one should be case 2, then after next one should be case 3, like that. No, first you can write case 5, then after you can write case 1, then you can write case 7 or case 8 or whatever. It should not be in proper sequence that they are going to say. So it's a false. Question number 6. So in this question number 6, just try to understand. Let me take question and answer both parallelly in the same page. So try to observe this question number 6. In this question number 6, it was output prediction kind of. Answer is 2. So why answer is 2? Just try to understand. And whenever if statement, for loop, while loop, any of the loop or any of the control statement, if you are observing, so you have to see about this semicolon and all this kind of things also. Semicolon means we can say it's a dummy. You know that very well, right? It's a dummy statement. So how it work? Dummy statement means we can say this if is not a part of program. If is not a part of program, but x double equals to 2, this statement is available, but no any meaning of that, right? So how this program works? How this program works, try to understand. First of all, x is equal to 3. X is equal to 3. Then after x double equals to 2, but no any meaning of that. If is dummy. So we can say x is equal to 0 going to perform, and x value becomes 0. X value becomes 0. Now this if statement going to perform x double equals to 3 is true. X double equals to 3 is true. So we can say no, it's false. It's a false, so it will go for the else part. In else part, x plus n is equal to 2. So what will happen here? Here x was 0. Just let me write it. X was 0. And then after here, else part is going to perform. So we can say x is equal to x plus 2. So x is equal to 0 plus 2 is equal to 2. And we are getting x as a 2. I hope everyone able to understand. Question number 7. Try to understand. So here in if statement, we have written printf function, right? In if statement, printf function is available. What will happen? First of all, printf statement going to perform and it will print C and C++. So first of all, it will print C and C++. Then after, how to decide if statement condition? Can anyone able to tell me how to decide if statement condition? What will be the if statement condition? Either it's true or false. How to decide? So here we can say if statement condition is going to decide with the help of printf return value. Correct. One student has given answer printf return value. One more student has given answer. So we can decide with the help of printf function return value. Here printf function will return number of printable characters. So how many printable characters are there? We can say 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 characters are going to print. So we can say 5 is a printf function return value. 5 is a non-zero. Non-zero means we can say if statement condition true. If statement condition true, so that's why here it prints I know. C and C++ I know. That is the answer. I hope you all are able to understand. So whatever the mistakes was happened previously in your exam, just try to recollect that. So it will be helpful for you in future exams. Question number 8. In this question number 8, actually this is also assignment question. If you have solved pointers assignment, so it's an assignment question only. Here what happens? It generates segmentation fault. Why segmentation fault? Why runtime error? So here we can say when we are doing star x, what is x? X is a character type pointer. X is a character type pointer which is holding string constant. in that, which is holding string constant, which is in code section data. The string constant is going to stored into code section data, is read only, we can't modify. But when we do star x means this first character a, that specific character we are accessing, and at this place we are trying to replace a with some another value. In this line we are trying to replace a with some another value. I hope you can understand what x represent. X represent base address of the string also, we can say, right? Starting address of the string. When we do dereference of that x, so we will get first character a, where the pointer is pointing from there, we will get first character a. So that a character we are going to replace with some another value or with some another data, but that is stored into code section, which we can't modify. That's why runtime error, segmentation fault. Now next, question number 9. Array name represents, what array name represent? We can say base address of starting element or first element. So I hope you are getting question number 10. But in this type of question also many students did mistake. They are not able to give answer what array name represents. So you have to take care about that, these basic theory concepts. Question number 10. Here in this question number 10, once again character pointer, and this character pointer is assigned with string constant. So again that code section data related memory and everything you have to understand. Now st is equal to st plus len. What is len value? Len is a 4. Len is a 4. So basic, see, once I am going to explain that this concept, actually previously also many time discussion happened, but once again let me explain it so it will be more clear. We can say 1 2 3 4 5, all are characters which are stored into string constant. Now what I will write, if we do address wise representation, 100 101 102 10, just I am doing address wise representation. So here 102 103, just wait, some more space required for address representation, so that's why I'm here 103 104 105 and so on. I'm not taking each and every representation, but I hope you are able to understand address wise representation I did. So now next what we are doing, where st is pointing initially st is pointing at here starting location. If we do st plus 0, so it remains same. If we do st plus 1, so this next location, this is plus 2, next one plus 3, next one plus 4 and so on. So here what we are doing, st plus 4, because len value is 4, here we are doing st plus 4. So now where st is pointing, initially pointer st was pointing at 100 location, now pointer st is pointing at 104 location. If we do dereference of 104 location, so we will get character as a 5, and here we are printing that specific character 5 using percentile C format specifier. So I hope you are getting this. Now next, every function must return a value is mandatory. Every function should return something, means not just value, either value or any other thing is needed to return. No, is totally depends on our requirement. If we want to return, so we can, otherwise we can keep as a void. We can keep return type as a void, so it won't return anything. Now this one function based question. So this is function execution start from it's a program execution start from main function. Here function call is available and definition is given above main. So you know that very well, no need of declaration and all. So now in this program, what you have to understand, some steps are required. So final answer is 15. Now how it works, let me explain it. Initially, I variable value is 0. How many times this loop rotates? So we can say I less than is equal to 5. 6 number of times this loop is going to rotate. Let me write it. 0 less than is equal to 5. 1 less than is equal to 5. 2 less than is equal to 5. 3 less than is equal to 5. 4 less than is equal to 5. And 5 less than is equal to 5. 6 number of times this loop is going to rotate. So we can say 6 number of times this function is going to be called. 6 number of times this function is going to be called. Now here, first time 0 value, we are passing from the function call. I value is 0. Just let me write it. I is 0. Then initially counter value is 0. What happens? 0 plus 0. 0 plus 0. So we can say it becomes 0 only. Counter value 0. Here we are returning 0. We are returning as a 0. Then whether it will print anything, we can say no. It won't print anything because only one line is a part of for loop. Only one line is a part of for loop, right? So again, I plus plus. Now one value is going to return. I variable value is 1. And here we use static. Static means we can say reinitialization won't going to happen. So we can say previous counter value will be as a 0. Now 0 plus 1. We can say 0 plus 1 because previous counter value was 0. 0 plus 1 becomes 1. Now counter value is 1. Now next time I value is 2. I is 2. Now here previous counter value was 1. 1 plus 2. 1 plus 2 you will get as a 3. Now next time what will happen? 3 plus 3. Just I hope you are able to understand flow of this program. That is very important. Its working process is very important. So each and every iteration, how for loop is going to rotate, that is not a task to understand now, right? So now for loop execution, I'm not explaining for each and every iteration. Just you have to consider 6 times loop is going to rotate. So now 6. Now next what will happen? 6 plus 4. 6 plus 4, so 10. Now next 10 plus 5. 10 plus 5, so 15. And this is called as a 6 iterations of the loop. And 6 times we are calling to the function. Then after what will happen? At last, I variable value was 5. Up to that it is working. Then after for loop going to terminate. So whatever the final j variables value which we are returning from the function, that is going to print. And it's 15. I hope you are able to understand this program. Next, question number 13. You can see this. So here it's a function concept, pointer concept, everything is there. First of all, answer is 0. Program execution start from main. In printf function, we have written function call. In this function call, we are passing string constant. So it's a string constant, which is going to catch using that pointer. One character type pointer we have used. Concept is like this concept is very good. You have to just understand this concept. What we can say, let me write first of all string vector. Here we are assuming as a base address of string is 100. We are just assuming as a base address of string is 100. So we can say str also pointing at 100 location. Where str is pointing? Str pointer is pointing at the same location 100. Now character star ptr is equal to str. We can say ptr also pointing at the same location 100. PTR also pointing at the same location 100. Now next, what is happening? While star PTR plus plus, post increment of the pointer, and we are dereferencing post increment. So what we can say? First it assign. Assign means it will assign 100 address where the pointer is pointing 100 address and do dereference. So what will be there? Character V, which is non-zero. Non-zero, so while loop condition true. V is a non-zero. According to V, we are not checking V, but internally it will check its ASCII value, which is non-zero. So condition true. Now return statement. Now this return statement, so here we can say where PTR is pointing once again. Now can anyone tell me where PTR is pointing for this return statement? I need answer. Where PTR is pointing? Okay, okay. No, some of the students are giving wrong answer. Try to concentrate here. That's why you are not able to get proper marks in exam. Still I am saying that need to do, for some of the students need to do more practice. They are not observing questions properly, and that's why highest marks was 37 only. Above 40 no one was able to reach, at least up to 40 also. And questions was very basic. Here we can say now PTR is pointing at next location of character E. Why? Because PTR plus plus post increment. So while checking that condition, it was not incremented. Like it was not incremented, but now at next stage it is incremented. So we can say PTR is pointing at 101 location. Where STR is pointing, STR is still pointing at same location 10. Means 100, because we are not doing any change, any modification with STR. So 100 minus 1. So we can say here just basic mathematics solution, right? Calculation. We can say 1 minus 1. It becomes actually here that representation. Just wait. 1 minus 1, and now here 0, right? I hope you are getting. That's why it is returning 0. Once it has written, actually it was loop. Are you able to think that it was loop? But once we have written, once we use return statement, control will go to the main function from where that function was called, and program execution stop there itself, and it is printing 0. So this type of program you have to think properly, and you have to work on that. Now question number 14 here. Int a is equal to 5 and everything. Actually final answer is error only. Why error? Why it's error? Actually this discussion happened in class. Each and every point discussion happened in class. I have only explained. When I have explained recursion based program in class, so at that time I have explained that static initialization can't possible, means it's not possible with variable. Constant is mandatory. And here we are using variable. A is a variable. So static initialization won't possible with that. So compile time error. When I have explained reverse an array element using recursion, at that time I have explained that concept. So need to take care. Mostly each and every concept related discussion happen in class. Just you have to think on that and you have to answer. Now here, which operator is used to turn on particular bit? Turn on, or we can say set. Set and turn on both are clear, both are same. Suppose we can say turn off or clear. So that also same. So according to this way, and why here we are calling as a turn on, turn off. This actually normally we can say bitwise operator we are learning for microcontroller concept only. So whenever you will work with their what we can say LED based programming, LED, LCD, switch based programming, and kind of many more thing you will. So at that time this set bit, clear bit, how it will be helpful for you in the case of microcontroller when you have to turn on light or you have to turn on LED, you have to turn off LED and kind of thing. Now I think your microcontroller is going to start also. So I will suggest to each and every student try to revise bitwise operator concept properly. If seriously you want to learn embedded systems, so try to revise bitwise operator concept. It will be very helpful for you in microcontroller. Otherwise it will be like you will only get the confusion at that time. So try to do that. So normally for what we are doing for set a bit or turn on bit, OR operator we are using. So that's why here OR operator. Now this next program. So here, see here also some concept we can say. Actually, this is not any concept. Instead of default, here we have written vector. It not work as it is as a default. It won't work as it is as a default. But here what will happen? First, it is searching for case 1, and then after whatever the case is available, it has to perform. Either case 2 is available, so immediate case it has to perform. So that's why it is performing immediate case as a vector. Vector is available, so it is performing vector as well. And it is printing, it is working and it is not working like that. So this concept is basic only. Here nothing we can say, nothing is that much new. But it will perform case 1 only. See, case 1 it will perform, but then after break is not available, right? Break statement is not available. If break statement is not available, so immediately, yes. That's why we are using break in switch case to perform specific case. Otherwise, all the case it is going to perform. Now, question number 17. Is it possible to create nested switch case? Yes, is possible. Switch case means normally what we can say, switch case within the switch case. So that's a nested concept. Normally, you know that what is meaning of nested. Nested if, nested for loop, all. So one within another. What is difference between character array and strings? So theoretical, just you need to answer it. I hope you have answered, everyone. So is there any discussion required for this question? I don't think so, right? Now next, question number 19. Here in this question number 19, so slash r, yes. And about this one, some of the student was having some confusion and kind of thing. So here how it happens, how it works. Try to understand this slash r concept. Slash r, slash b, kind of escape sequence are available, right? Actually, it's available in your vector material book also. Many escape sequence are there. How slash n is also one kind of escape sequence. Slash 0 also one kind of escape sequence. These all are escape sequence. Slash 0 means we can say null. It represents end of the string, but it can't do any other operation. Slash n means cursor will go to the next line and it start writing content from the next line onwards. Now suppose if we write slash b, so what slash b will do? Just I will explain with the help of this example only. First, let me explain about slash r. So here, what actually how the performance will happen? First, hello world is going to print. Just try to observe, everyone. First, it prints hello world. Then after slash r is called as a carriage return, and because of the slash r, cursor will move to the beginning of the line. Beginning of the line means here. I hope you are able to understand. This is called as the beginning of the line because from there onwards, character H is written H-E-L-L-O, and it has start writing from there. So that is called as the beginning of the line. So cursor is blinking at beginning of the line. Now, if suppose we are writing any of the new thing, so that will start writing from the or we can say from the same position onwards. So here suppose we are writing India, so at the place of H it will write I, at the place of E it will write N. It is overwriting. I hope you are getting this. I hope you are observing it properly. Then D, I, A. Overwriting it will do. Now here you are getting answer as India. So maybe you have question, it should print India world. Why India only? Just try to understand, is there anything we are printing after India? Are we printing anything after India? No. After India, we are not going to print anything. So we can say our cursor is blinking here, and then after it has to write command prompt. It has to go for the command prompt. I hope you are able to understand command prompt, so that command prompt start written from the next character onwards or next location onwards. It will display command prompt. That's why on screen it is displaying India, and then after immediately command prompt. If suppose you need to, I hope just you try to experiment in your system as well, so you will get some more idea. Immediately it has to display that command prompt, it has to go for the command prompt. That's why here it's displaying only India. If instead of this /r, if you are writing /b, so what is working procedure of /b? /b has to go one position back. Means here I can write once again, try to understand. If it's a hello world, it's a hello world, and if we are writing /b immediately after that, so after printing hello world, cursor will go one position back. So it is going one position back, and now D is there only. D is present there. But here what will happen? Cursor is going one position back, and from there onwards it is start writing India. There onwards it start writing India. So here what will happen? Instead of this D, it is right INDIA and so on. According to that way you will get. Uh, and why you have written R1, that same question you have written here in chat. You are getting India world. No, how? Have you checked properly how you will get India world? That /a means it's something alarm related thing we can say. Actually that we can't express. Yes, but that actually you can try it, but you won't get that much proper clarity there. Okay, in that one you can't everywhere you can't experiment it. T2. So I hope you are getting. You want to share screen R1. So yes, that we and one more thing, what you can do, that something you return 0, you try to remove that return 0. Maybe it can affect. Else it will generate hello only. You can try it. You can. I hope you have experimented, everyone, so that India only will be there. Answer is the India only. Okay, you can try to remove that return 0 also, because you return 0, and that's it. And just wait a minute, I'll continue. Yes, R1, that you are saying same output, then we'll do discussion on that later. Is there anyone have any confusion about this question? Question number 19, anyone? What I have explained about that, if anyone have any confusion or any question, any cross question, you can ask about /B or /R or any. What the output of /B? That slash is not a correct one, right? That is not any kind of escape sequence. That kind of any escape sequence is not available in A16. I'm explaining about escape sequence. So if proper escape sequence is available, then only it works. Otherwise, it will consider as a normal character, normal slash. So proper escape sequence you need to use, then only it works. Now we'll go for the next question. Now question number 20. You can see here question number 20. So in this question number 20, main function, just try to see about this main function execution. So here, see, the concept is what you have to understand. Here answer is 4 or 8. We have given correct answer for 4 or 8. We have considered here 4 or 8 as a correct answer, and we have given marks according to that. So what happens? Just basic thing, we are calling function. In the function call, we are passing base address of array, and we are catching using array type only. We are and I hope you know that everyone, with this type also it is possible, but internally this A is behave as a pointer, because correct way to catch base address of array is a pointer, integer type pointer. So int star A, that is correct way. And here we can say either we are trying to catch with the help of array type or with the help of pointer type. Internally it behaves as a pointer only. And here we are trying to find size of pointer. So size of pointer is 4 byte or 8 byte, according to 32-bit 4 byte, according to 64-bit 8 byte. So that's why 4 or 8. So I hope you are able to understand. Question number 21. In this question number 21, just the thing what is happening, we can say pointer is pointing at base address of array, and from there onwards, each and every array element we are trying to print, right? Partial initialization going to happen with 0. So 10, 20, 30, 40, and 0. And now in another time, what we are doing, I hope you are able to understand, pointer is pointing at end of the array, and now from end of the array, we are trying to print that one by one elements. So first time we are printing in actual order, second time we are printing in reverse order. Only that is the difference. I hope you are getting this question. In this question, nothing is new. Which data type can be stored in register? So we can say all the data types, integer, float, character, all the types of data we can store. Question number 23. So this, some of the questions are very basic. Here we can say we are assigning with character constant. Yes, that is also possible. We can assign it. Internally, character work with its ASCII value. And if we are printing using %f, so 97 point zeros. Because ASCII value of A is a 97. I hope you are getting. Question number 24. So here 147 value is stored into a variable, and then after character star ptr is pointing at address of A. So just here what concept you need to understand. Character pointer ptr is a character type pointer, and when we know not a typecasting, you have to understand typecasting is not a concept. If you don't do typecast, then also it will work fine as it is. Here concept you have to understand, that is integer pointer, character pointer. You need to learn about character pointer concept. Character pointer, when we do dereference, so it will fetch 1 byte data. What will be that 1 byte data? That is answer. So everyone, if still you are not getting, try to do binary representation and try to get answer. Okay. I hope so. For no one that binary representation is required as an explanation. Just you have to do binary representation, and from there 1 byte data you have to take. First byte data you have to take, because character pointer is pointing there and it is fetching 1 byte data. It will be signed character 1 byte. Yes, definitely. It will be signed character. And that's why here we are getting answer in negative. If suppose you want, so just, and those, if anyone want some more explanation, just tell me binary of 147. So according to that, I will explain. Binary representation, binary conversion, at least you should know properly. Now next, in this question 25, here once again, previously I have explained about that len is equal to 4 was there, and st plus 4 concept. Again here also the same concept is happening. Here array name is underscore 12, that is array name. Now ptr is a pointer. Pointer is pointing at base address of array. Array name represent base address and pointer is pointing at base address of array, right? Then after next what we are doing, so initially pointer was pointing at base address of array or starting address of that string constant, or anything we can say, base address of string also we can say. Here we are assuming as 100, or address of w, address of character w. Initially pointer ptr was pointing at address of character w. Now what we are doing here, using compound assignment operator, if we simplify, so ptr is equal to ptr plus 12, right? Ptr is equal to ptr plus 12. So this pointer is going to increment 12 times. 12 times, we can say it's a character type pointer, so it will increment by 12 bytes, right? So now what happens? Plus 0, plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, plus 5, plus 6, plus 7, plus 8, plus 9, plus 10, plus 11, and plus 12. Plus 12 means we can say character V. It is pointing at the pointer is pointing at the address of character V, and from that location onwards, we are printing string. String using percentile s format specifier. So that's why we are getting answer as a vectorindia.org. Just address changing concept you have to understand properly. How increment and decrement going to happen with address, with pointer. Question number 26. In this question number 26, this discussion many times happens in class also, in lab also. We can't provide, or we can't like here actually what we can say, where this pointer is pointing. First of all, only that concept you need to understand, where pointer is pointing. Is pointer having any valid location? No, we can say pointer doesn't have any valid location, right? It's a wild pointer. If we are trying to access wild pointer, so segmentation fault, unauthorized memory access. And what garbage? Yes, so location we can say garbage, unknown, wild pointer. It's an uninitialized pointer, wild pointer. And if we are trying to work with wild pointer, so that is not possible. Pointer has to first point at some specific location. If pointer not pointing at any of the specific locations, so it's a wild pointer. And wild pointer will behave as a like unexpectedly. We can say it's most probably it will generate error only, runtime error, because unauthorized memory access going to happen. So segmentation fault. What is default storage class for function? It's a extern. Extern is a default storage class. We can access one function, means we can access function from one file to another file. I hope you all are understanding this. Now you are learning about that data structure also, right? Single linked list concept is going on in class, maybe single or double linked list. So in that also you are learning how we are accessing one function from one file to another file. Single is going on, okay? Or still, suppose that discussion not happens, you will get some more discussion also. And actually in C programming also you learn that at a time of storage class. Now next, so once again function based question, execution start from main. So we are starting here execution from main. Now here we can say what is function name? Underscore a underscore 123 is a function name. From main function we are calling to this function, and here we are passing argument as a 4. Just direct integer constant we are passing as an argument. Then after control will go to definition part. In this definition part, in num variable we are catching that 4 value. So what happens? Here we can say num is 4. Directly now we are performing return statement. Return num plus plus. So num is going to increment, but it's a post increment. Post increment means we can say first it will assign and it will return it, and then after number is going to increment. So we can say it return 4. It return 4 only. That 4 value now going to assign into num variable. So here we can say in num variable 4 value going to assign. Now pre-decrement of the num. Pre-decrement of the num. So first num value is going to be decremented, and then after it will assign, means it will print as a 3. I hope you are able to understand, and I hope no one have any doubt or confusion as a this num is going to increment, then how it is 3 and how it was written with 4. Because first it will assign, and first if it is going to assign, and here whatever the modification is going to happen later, it won't reflect here in the main. I hope you are getting each and every concept. Theory concept should be clear properly. So here answer 3. Theory exam means definitely theory concepts are required. Now question number 29. Once again, execution start from main. So let's start from main only. Here function call. So control will go to definition part. Here, first of all, it generates error. It generates error. Why error is going to generate? Can anyone tell me the reason for error? Here for what reason is going to generate error? For which concept? Segmentation fault is an error. No answer. Unauthorized yes, definitely segmentation fault means unauthorized memory only, right? Function returning 10 as an address. No, wrong. Local number, no, that is also not a concept here, not a concept of local. And uh, I thought that this answer will be there, definitely dangling pointer, correct. But these all the answers are wrong. See, try to understand. Previously also we did the discussion, and once again try to understand when dangling pointer occurs. Dangling pointer, correct. Now one student has given answer wild pointer, and wild pointer is a correct answer. Actually wild pointer also we can call, but some more thing if we are trying to say, actually wild also not correct. Wild pointer concept also not correct, because it's not uninitialized. Uninitialized pointer called as a wild pointer. Here pointer is going to initialize with something, so we can't say it's an uninitialized pointer. Uninitialized pointers are called as a wild pointer. See, first of all, try to make clear about dangling pointer. When we return local, or when we return auto variables address, when pointer is pointing at life ended variable, at that time dangling pointer going to occur. Here we are not returning address, so we no need to worry about dangling pointer concept. If from here we are returning address, means ampersand of number, so number is the auto variable, and if we return its address, so at that time its life is going to end. And in such a case dangling pointer going to happen. But here, not dangling pointer. What very basic concept we can say, if we are writing int star ptr is equal to 1000, and if we are trying to dereference to that pointer, so in that case we can say pointer is pointing at unknown location. Actually unknown location also we can't say, it's 1000. Here concept is user or programmer can't provide address to the pointer. That is not a valid address, or that is not a correct way to work with a pointer, and that's why here is going to generate segmentation fault. This is not a valid location. This location is not provided from operating system side to the pointer. So that's why when we are trying to dereference, operating system considering as a it's an invalid location. Operating system cannot work with this type of address because it's invalid. It is not provided from OS side. It is just randomly we have provided address to the pointer, and that's why unauthorized memory access and segmentation fault. Whatever the address or location operating system assign to the pointer or to any of the variable, so with that only OS can work. With other address, if we are trying to work or if we are trying to accessing, so OS generate error, and it's a runtime segmentation fault error. Right. So I hope you are getting difference between when dangling pointer, when wild pointer, when this pointer is just called as a pointer pointing to unknown, like invalid location. It's invalid location. Pointer is pointing at invalid location. This is not a valid location, and that's why. Question number 30. Here underscore 12 is a variable name which is assigned with value 12. Now next here, underscore 12 plus plus. So here just a very basic concept, post increment of variable. So first it will assign. If it will assign first, so definitely it will print 10. Right? So answer is 12. Now here, one more question. Here, what you need to do? So one value is as a hexadecimal, another one value is a octal. You need to do it's addition, and answer you have to give in decimal format. So it's a 78. Just only conversion required, octal to decimal or hexadecimal to decimal, and you have to add it. So it will be easy. Right? I hope you are able to understand. Question number 32. In this question number 32, one integer type array is given. I hope actually this type of question in lab many student has solved also. They have asked as a doubt also previously. Just try to understand this concept also. If still anyone have any of the confusions, so try to understand, it will be clear. Here what we can say, answers are already available, just you have to try to understand. Plus plus array of 1. What is array of 1? Here we can say array of 1 is 2. Array of 1 is 2. Now that is going to increment, and it's a pre-increment. Pre-increment means first it will increment and then after it is going to assign. So here what we can say, a is equal to 3. Initially a is equal to 3. And parallelly here I will mention array of 1 also going to be modified with 3. So it's a 3. Now next, array of 1 plus plus, post increment. Post increment means we can say first it has to assign, then it has to increment. So in B variable, 3 value is going to assign, and then after array 1 also becomes increment and it becomes 4. But not immediately. First it will assign. So in B, first it will assign 3, then after array of 1 going to increment. So it's a 3. Now next, last statement, C is equal to array of A of plus plus. What is A variable value? It's 3. A variable value is 3. So here we can say array of 3. Why it is taking array of 3 only? According to A variable value, it's a post increment, right? So first it will assign. It has assigned with 3. Then after A is going to increment. A is going to increment, but now first we need to think about what is C variable value. C is equal to array of 3. What is array of 3? So let me write it. 12. So here we are getting C as a 12. And next, now what becomes A variable value? Due to post increment is going to increment. It's a 4. So this is the concept. I hope you are able to understand proper answers. Question number 33. In this question, here concept is signed character related. Signed character data type related concept. Just it has converted in the form of pointer. Only that is the difference. So initially here we can say I is a character type pointer which is pointing at the address of variable k. So here we can say when we do dereference of this pointer I, you will get 125. Star I is equal to 125. Now here one condition is written, star I greater than is equal to 0. Star I greater than is equal to 0. Initially star I is 125 and 125 greater than is equal to 0, condition true. So it is going to increment. Next time it becomes 126 greater than is equal to 0. So condition true. Next time 127 greater than is equal to 0. So condition true. Then after 128. Is 128 in range of signed character? No, it's a minus 128 to 127. So what will happen? It will roll over. It will consider as a minus 128 and minus 128 greater than is equal to 0 condition going to fail. So it will terminate the loop there. I hope you are able to understand. So it's a false. So basic data type concept just converted in the form of pointer. Now character array assigned with string constant. Now here one pointer, integer type pointer we have taken, and this pointer is pointing at base address of array. Now just try to understand. So here what we can say, PTR of 1. What is PTR of 1? Here we can say PTR of 1. So PTR of 1 is initially when we are starting, just try to understand properly. It is, first of all, try to think as it's an integer type pointer. Integer type pointer means normally we can say PTR of 0 is this 4 characters. Are you able to understand? It's a group of 4 byte. It's a group of 4 bytes actually we can say, right? So that's why next PTR of 1 going to start from this character T onwards, and that's why it is printing 1 character as a T. Then next group of 4 characters, TER and space, TER and space. So when PTR of 2 going to start, PTR of 2 going to start from character A onwards. So that's why next character is a A. Difference between integer pointer, character pointer, and each and everything you need to understand. Just we are doing type conversion int star. It's a type conversion. What is the meaning of that? Just type conversion. Explicitly type conversion we are doing. And you know that very well. Type conversion we can do from higher to lower also, lower to higher also. In any way we can do it. Explicit type conversion we can do from higher to lower, lower to higher in any way. Implicit going to happen from lower to higher only. Right? I hope that all the concepts are clear for you. Now, next. So here in this question, once again, if else statement based basic question. Now here what happens? So first of all, this condition. First of all, whenever you are trying to solve, so you have to observe it. Is there any dummy statement available or what and what not? Everything you need to understand. Then only it will be clear for you. right? So now here initially a is equal to 11. We are checking here condition 11 double equals to 11. So condition true. Int a is equal to 99. Okay, fine. So else part not going to perform, and we are printing a variable's value. Scope related discussion here you need to understand. So we can say int a is equal to 99. Okay, fine, but it's a scope up to, or it's a visibility within this block only. It's an auto variable, it's a visibility, or it's a scope within this block only. Outside the block, again int a is equal to 11, so a is equal to 11. Scope related concept you have to understand. Now prototype of this user defined function. Prototype given in class also explained whenever you are getting question for prototype, so you have to write accordingly, but many students are not able to write it. Even at least you have written for source string, destination string kind of thing, so for that also partial marks are given, but some of the students are not able to write like which type of argument need to pass in that function. So that is not good. At least the basic thing you should know which type of arguments we need to pass in which function and how many arguments are required. So try to practice on that. Question number 37. So here in this question number 37, it will work for infinite number of times. So why infinite number of times? Whenever this go to statement is going to perform, it will jump to the label. So label is given here, Chennai is a label. So whenever it will jump to the label, before that is there any condition given? We can say no. Before go to statement, no any condition is given. So without checking any condition, without performing any condition, go to statement is going to perform n number of times. I hope you are able to understand. Minus yes, underscore 5 minus is given, that is correct, but where is the meaning of that underscore 5 minus? Just you try to understand. Let me explain it with iteration wise. Just I'm going to explain iteration wise, so it will be more clear for you. Just try to understand. Initially value is 5 is a non-zero, so if statement condition true, it will print here 5 as it is. Then after that value is going to decrement, so we can say it's a 4, and go to statement going to perform, so it will jump to the label. Now next time 4 is also non-zero, so it will print 4. Then after value becomes 3, it will print 3, then it will print 2, it will print 1. Now what happens? Just try to understand, whenever this value becomes 0, so if statement going to fail. We can say if statement going to fail, it will not print here 0, but then only this one statement is part of if, related to if, correct? I hope you are agree with that. Remaining all the statements are free. So we can say all the statements are going to perform. Again it will do, right? So here we can say -1, again it will jump to the go to level, again it do performance. So we can say now once again -1, so if statement condition true, here it prints -1, and so on. So I hope you are getting this. Now this is one more question. So int const rp and I is equal to 999. So here a pointer, where the pointer is pointing, we can say here concept you need to understand, that is read only pointer and constant pointer. So here what we can say, what thing is constant? In this case we can say star p is a constant. Star p, after doing dereference, what on that location, whatever the data is available, the data is fixed, constant. We can't modify. If suppose we are trying to modify, so it generates error. Yes, value is a constant, data is a constant. But here we can say what we are trying to change. We are trying to change address of the pointer. Star p plus plus. Unary operator. So we can say according to its associativity, right to left, it will go, and p is going to increment. P is going to increment, so we can say address of the pointer is going to increment. and that is valid. So that's why no any error, and answer becomes I variables value, which is 999. Question number 39. Here in this question, actually it's almost pointers assignment kind of question only. The representation required, and these almost pointers assignment question. So in this question number 39, I will do proper representation and I will explain it. Question number 40, according to that way only you can plan, you can try from your side. So first of all, I'm going to explain this proper binary representation, this question number 39. So still, if anyone facing any problem in pointer concepts, try to understand it, how pointers are going to increment, how arithmetic is happening with pointer and all. What is a variable's value? 1011. So first of all, it's an integer type variable and it's a 4-byte binary. I'm going to represent that. Try to understand it. So 4-byte binary I need to represent them. Here 101. 101 means just wait, let me represent it's a proper binary. So it's 64, 32. So we can say it's 96, 996, and now 1 and 4. Right, so it's just one. Let me check. 64, 32, and 4 and 1. Yes, it's a 101. So it's a 101 binary, 4-byte binary representation I did. Now character type pointer. Pointer is pointing at base address of A. So here we can say P is pointing at starting address. Just let me do address representation also, so it will be more clear for you. So here I will take 1003 and next 1002, next one 1001 and next one 1000 starting address. The starting address of variable I. So where I is pointing at the same location, pointer P also pointing. It's a character type pointer. I hope these first two lines are clear for everyone. Line number 3. So now here star plus P. Initially P was pointing at 1000 location. Now when we do plus P, it's a pre-increment. So first pointer's address is going to increment, and then after it will assign. So now it's a character type pointer. When we do increment with its address, it will increment by 1 byte. Now pointer is pointing at 1001 location. Pointer is pointing at 1001 location. When we do dereference, so it will take only this 1 byte data, and now this 1 byte data we are going to replace with 5 minus 2. This 1 byte data we are going to replace with 5 minus 2. Let me copy this binary as it is. Just everyone try to understand it properly, so it will be more clear. Those who are getting any confusion in this type of question, and I am explaining slowly, so you can't consider like this type of line question is even in exam and kind of thing. If quickly you will do so within 1 minute, you can. Quickly you need to do. I am explaining slowly because you can understand properly. Else I can also explain quickly, and I can. Okay. So now what we are doing? 5 minus 2. We have to replace this 1 byte data which was previously 0. That I am going to replace with 5 minus 2. This we can say 3. So let me replace with 3. 1 and 1. I hope everyone able to understand. I am going to represent. I am going to generate new binary. Whatever the modification is happening in that. Now next 4th line, star minus P, and then we are going to assign them with 5 plus 2. Star minus P. Now where pointer is pointing, we can say minus P. So we are doing increment with pointer address again. Pointer is pointing at same location, previous location. Now here we are going to do modification. So that modification is going to happen with 5 plus 2. 5 plus 2 is 7. Now this 1 byte data going to replace with 7. So let me do the replacement. What I will write, right? I'll write binary of 7. 7. Now we are trying to value of variable A. Actually, that variable was A, right? Let me write here A. So variable value is A. Now when we print A variable's value, so some 1000 location onward is updated binary. According to that, it will print decimal value. So here you will get that specific answer, sir. I hope you are able to understand. What will be the answer if you want calculation? So here we can say 5.2 plus 256 plus 7. That is the answer. If anyone have any question or confusion still, you can. And in this question also, same things are going to happen in question number 40 also. So I hope now you can try to solve that question number 40 from your side. Now next question number 41. In this question, this is also one of the important question. You can try to understand. So here initially CH is equal to S of plus I. Pre-remaining of I variable index operator going to solve first. So here we can say S of 1. Right? S of 1 is going to assign in an CH variable. What is S of 1? S of 1 we can say the character V. So here CH is equal to character V. And it will print character V. Now next time, once again S of 1. Why S of 1 is it's remaining because it's post remaining of I variable. Post remaining means first assign. And with what value will assign? One value will assign because previous value was 1. So here we can say, and actually I run the E, S of 1 is E. Right? It's E. Just I run in flow, I have written as E. Now once again, here we write CH as E. Now in A will print E. Now next time, just here try to understand I plus and S. This concept also you are understanding. You know that very well. Either we can write S of I or I of S. Both will work like same. Both will take the same specific index or same specific index related data. Right. So now here I plus post increment. But due to that previous post increment, I value becomes increment. It's 2. So here can say 2 of S. S of 1 of anything you can. And here, what is 2 of S? And see here what value is going to assign. We can say it's C. Correct. So it's C. Now next. Here try to understand. It will print C. Now due to that previous post increment, that value becomes incremented, and now we can say is pointing at this character. T means the S of previous. When you take I variable, just let me write here. I variable value is 3. I variable value is 3. Now which operator having more priority? Here you can see index operator having more priority, and that's why I of S means we can say 3 of S will be going to perform first. It will take character, and the character is going to be pre-incremented, so it becomes U. I hope you are getting. So that's why here U. Some of the students are asking in exam that U is not available. So this question is wrong. Here answers are also wrong, and then this is the question. So you have to think properly, and according to that you have to answer. I hope you are getting. Operator priority and sensitivity are very important. If continuously you will practice, this will be easily understandable. And when this is all the theory exam questions are going to be finished. I discuss each and every questions. Okay, so once again we explain about T and U. See, I variable value was 3 because of the previous post, because of the previous post increment. I variable value was 3. 3 means here we can say it is pointing for it character T. Now that character T is going to be re-implemented. So character is going to implement one time you will get next character U. That U is going to assign it to the variable. So that's why here you are getting our result as EU. Character U. Only the difference is what previously every time I variable was implemented, but here specific index data is going to implement. That is the difference. So I hope you are getting. So today we did discussion about today I did discussion about all the exam questions.